So to kick things off, I am going to play a little video. So my man Ray, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you, John.
Good, good, good. Ray is the he's got a new book. Some of you might be aware he produced this book, An Improper Officer. And yeah, we promoted that, and you got quite a few. You sold quite a few, well over 100. He's got a new book, Dorothy Bagshaw, The Last Parish Clerk in England. So he's got a little promo video. It's actually a nice introduction today. It's a 4-minute video, so I'm going to play that now, and then we'll get into learning about AI, advanced AI. There we go.
Good afternoon, John, and thanks for inviting me here along this afternoon to have a few words with you all about my new book. AI. Is this possibly the new Marmite? Maybe, but it's been around for a long time. Over 80 years, in fact. Thanks to the efforts of chaps like Alan Turing back in the 40s. It most certainly is not a fad. It's here to stay. And if we embrace it with consideration, it will bring benefit to all. Now, see, John and I, we've been intrigued with it for quite a few years. He, from the point of view of integrating it within fiscal management, and me, because I think it has an important role in the future of Tier 1 governance. Both of us were bolstered by news coming out of Westminster that appears to be laying down the tracks towards a reformation of the Local Government Act. About time. Devolved powers will become part of the democratic process at town and parish level. You know, I support the efforts of most small councils, manned these days by, well, more co-opted than elected members. You can be sure that this shortfall in expertise will crack under the strain of providing increased services and amenities for our communities. In short, it will need a helping hand. Now, the new book deals with that very proposition. The implementation of a local services platform plugged into the existing HMGov facility, aided and abetted by AI. You, the clerk, will play a new role as the moderator and conductor of operations, inspired and led by residents, so that a direct link between your community and others around the country are in touch with the policymakers down in London. Today, John's webinar is proposing how you can use AI now, whereas my book proposes changes which will take years of design and implementation. But we both embrace AI. I hope you buy the book, read it, challenge it, but join with me in the crusade for change. John, thanks again for this opportunity to talk with you. And now the commercial. You can place a pre-order for the new book, which is entitled Dorothy Bagshaw, The Last Parish Clerk in England, available now on my website, bardapenley.co.uk. Now, I thank you for giving me this opportunity to flog the book, and I look forward to talking to you on future webinars organised by John at Scribe. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Ray. Good intro to AI. And yeah, I'm going to actually just jump straight in now. So today, the focus is, I've called it advanced AI. So you would have already been using AI, many of you on this webinar today. I do have actual other webinars which are more basic, but you're already using AI to help you write stuff, generally. So producing content, so writing emails, newsletters, social posts, maybe helping it write a grant application. And then also you might be using it to repurpose content. So you have an existing content, could be a transcript to a meeting, like all the words that people said, that you summarize, pull actions out, turn it into a report. You might be taking an existing newsletter, turning it into a social post. So you're already doing these two things of producing content and repurposing content. Some of you might be more advanced and you're actually using it to analyze spreadsheets, generating images. Some of you are already familiar with Copilot. If you're an Office 365 user, you start seeing that appear in it. You might start playing around with it, or Gemini has now started appearing if you use Google Workspace. But yes, and you also, some of you would already be on a paid version of Claude or ChatGPT or any of the AI services. So that's kind of the expectation. But we're going under the hood, like the surf, you know, like Copilot integrated in Office 365 is all good, but it's very tamed down. So you're not really going to access the full power of using AI to get things done. As you've been playing around with AI, you might find yourself rewriting the same stuff. You might keep a text file of instructions. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, those instructions that you plug into ChatGPT or Claude, they're called prompts. And actually, that's a new role that did not exist 2 years ago. There's an actual role now. You can get a job as a prompt engineer. Just go online and look at job sites. There will be jobs listed for prompt engineer. That role didn't exist 2 years ago. And that's what you're doing when you're instructing AI to produce content or repurpose content, you're creating a prompt. So today we're going to kind of explore that more, because when you are writing those prompts, when I first started, I would keep a text file of all my prompts. And then eventually ChatGPT and Claude produced kind of these things called GPTs or projects in Claude, where you can basically save those prompts and create a very focused version of ChatGPT or Claude to get particular tasks done. So today, and also a secret, with prompts, you can actually now get AI to write your prompts, to improve your prompts for instructing AI to produce certain content that you want. So today we are going to, I'm going to expand on a simple prompt to help write emails to a full-blown counsel assistant. Okay, so simple, let me just go into ChatGPT here. So like a very simple prompt. This is a prompt, you know. So back in the day, I would keep a text file of loads of prompts. So here's one, is my name is John Fagan, Town Clerk of Dayworth Town Clerk. Please help me improve your emails. All right. So that's a simple prompt. So it now knows what it's got to do. Got it, John. That's annoying. Memory updated. Now it thinks I work at Dayworth Town Council. Cool. So I can chuck a basic email there, and I can say, improve this email. Really bad email. Someone came for an RFO position, and I want to turn them down. There we go. So it signed it off. It's created a better email. So now I'm going to show you the basics of creating a GPT from that. If I don't want to keep telling Chat, although it's got memory, just ignore that for now. If I don't want to keep telling ChatGPT who I am and what I want it to do, I can create my own GPT. So this is only available on the paid version. So I'm going to, so now I'm going to create my own GPT. So a GPT still has the kind of access to the full capability of ChatGPT, but you're giving it specific instructions to do a specific task for it. So I can name my GPT email responder. And I'll tell just the description, copy and paste an email, or tell me what email you want me to. You're just going to have to put up with all my spell checking errors. So I'm just going to take my original prompt there, this one. And just chuck it in there, the instructions. This is the most basic GPT. So it's, my name is John Fagan, blah, blah, blah. And I won't go into it just yet, but I can attach files for ChatGPT to inspect when it's answering certain things, or you can upload, it's basically knowledge. You can upload a whole bunch of files. So I'll create that one now. I'll make that private. Actually, everyone log into ChatGPT while I'm talking, because you're going to have a play around as well. Not this one, this one's boring. But I will update that now. Let it load. Cool, then I can view my GPT. So I've got a basic GPT now. Let it load. Email responder by John Fagan, copy and paste your email. So I can take in that one there, and it will write an email. There we go. And so now I can, I can go, I mean, I've got loads of GPTs, but you will just have one there, and you can build up a collection of GPTs. So that's a basic one. I can come in and edit this one because I want it to be, I want to change the tone. Can you make the tone of all my emails very friendly and perhaps poetic? Yeah, so I've just tweaked the instructions there. Now I can take that same email, view my GPT. There we go. There we go. So it's a bit more friendly. So yeah, so that I've got a GPT now. Every time I want an email, I can get it to write that. But actually, it doesn't know enough information about the council to really answer lots of questions. It's very limited. So those prompts can get very sophisticated. So like I've created one here, and here it is, where I've got the instructions. Let me go to this. That's my template. Yeah, I created a template which I'll share with you guys. Yeah, it's got my instructions in there. It's got like council information, address, office hours, the councillors, date of council meetings, up and coming events. I often get questions about dog fouling. It'll just respond to that. Details about allotments, all kinds of information. So that's a full-on prompt where I can copy and paste that in there, and I'll get decent results. Actually, I'll just throw that in there very quickly. So I'll take my my email responder. Update that. Let me get a better question. I've got some examples. Yeah, so party email. Get run. Actually, I'll stay here. This is like the test environment. I can test it before I actually publish it. And it's analyzing all the content of the email. It's worked. It knows the capacity of the venues. Dayworth Community Hall. It's got links in there. So that's all in my prompt here. I've got links and everything in there related to different aspects of the services that the town council provide. And it's written a perfect email there. Right. So I'm going to have a quick look. So let me have a look at my chat again. Let's have bring that up there. So it was, who was the first? Thaxted. Is that a parish council? Thaxted Parish Council. Cool. Now I'm going to show you how you can actually use ChatGPT to help you create a prompt for a GPT. So I'm going to say first, I'm going to bring up a new chat. So we're going to create this from scratch. This is how you would do it. So yeah, you don't have to hand crank and handcraft those GPT instructions yourself. Also, just to let you know, the limit is 8,000 characters in an instruction. Then you throw everything into the knowledge base. So I'm going to first ask it, tell me about. So that's kind of getting it into the context. It's actually looking up on the internet. There we go. Excellent. Already pulled some nice information in. Oh, yes. Awesome. Great. Perfect. Good. So the website's got lots of juicy information on it. Right. I'm going to say, I want to create a general purpose GPT to help. I am the town clerk. I want to create a general purpose GPT to help myself and staff to write emails, newsletters, grant applications, etc. Can you? Let's start with email correspondence. Then we can gradually gradually improve it as I give you further instruction. Create the instruction for the GPT. Cool. So I'm going to go over here. Shall I zoom in a bit for you guys, because it can be, it's thinking. So I'll go and get while that's thinking, come on, what are you doing? I'm going to refresh that, regenerate, there we go. Yeah, so it's already doing it. You're a general purpose AI assistant. I often like a little trick. Wait, let me have a little look at this. I don't like that because it's not included. It has included details. Can you update the instruction to include specific details about the council which you initially provided me, since they might be relevant to answering emails? We need some background music. Here we go. It's putting in already some nice stuff in there. I'm going to also, because I don't like copy and pasting directly from that in there because it's hard to read. So you can ask for a little trick. Give me the instruction in a code block with Markdown is just kind of a bit of formatting stuff. I'm just going to stop that again, and then I'll fire that off. There we go. So I can copy and paste that in. So it's already got the tone and style in there. You can adapt that. So a nice thing with that, if this is a GPT you all use in the council to write responses to email, you're all following the same tone and style. So it makes it consistent in terms of your communication. You can have, a structure to your emails, which is consistent throughout the organization. It's got the specific details in there. You can edit that now if you want. And it's got some examples of emails in there. And it's got some instructions on grammar. So again, it's making it more professional. It's got how you would mention, it's got actually style of writing, how you would mention a attachment, use the recipient's name, legal and compliance, ensuring that it involves official council business, applies with GDPR law. So it's got all this juicy stuff in there. So I'll take that and I'll create a GPT, new one. That's it. Parish assistant. Cool. So I will create that, update. Now I need to find an interesting question about let that run. Cool. I'll just run it here. Make sure you're all logged in to your GPT, because I'm going to share you something in a minute. Cool. No, I'll keep it like that. Cool. Yeah, so you can see basically what I'm doing there. So, I mean, you can build on this. What you can actually do, but I can temporarily do it. Can I get permission from Denna to publish this live so we can all play with it quickly? I'll take it offline because so you can use this. Let's just have a quick look. Oh, yeah, create an account while we're doing this. So this, so we have at Scribe, we have our own internal, we have a whole bunch of GPTs to do certain things. We also have a general one. So you can have a general one to help all of your team correspond to residents, but also you could put anything in there for them to orientate themselves and all that kind of stuff. But you could actually so those residents that send you email, you can actually publish a GPT and they can ask it directly. So in your autoresponder to an email in there, you could say, you could say access our GPT to ask a question. You could update that GPT with all the information that helps answer those questions. So, but just again, I'll jump into this GPT here. We'll have a look at it. There we go. Yeah, it's got general purpose AI assistant. It's got the tone. It's got the structure, details about the parish. So you can basically start adding more and more to the specific details about facts of parish council. So if you get a new inquiry in or your email can't answer it, you just basically go back to this part of it and update it so the email responder can answer it. But yeah, but however, another thing to say is you can actually publish these to the GPT store. So you can make it publicly accessible. Create charts. This is like analyzing a spreadsheet. So create charts of this customer survey based on the charts, write an intro that summarizes the findings. This is going to blow your mind. So we've got like customer survey data here. We've got 409 responses from our customers, which was this last year. So I'm going to attach that. So I can attach any files for it because you're analyzing it. I'll give some more examples of that. So this one, I'll just pan out a bit. So I've attached that image, that Excel file, and now it's analyzing. This is like black magic. I haven't even told it the structure of the CSV file, the spreadsheet. I've just basically told it to analyze it. And it's already working out things. Right, it's worked out what the questions are. And then it's going to analyze it now and then write a report.
So you could use the same method if you wanted to upload any documents from Scribe accounts and ask it to write a report or analyze data or anything like that.
Yeah, you could try it. Yeah, you could try that. Yeah. So there you can see it's analyzed it. It's produced some charts based on the data. I haven't told it what chart to produce or what to chart. And then based on all the survey findings, it's extracted its own insights from that data, which is, that's taken like a minute to do. That would take you a while to put together. Excellent. So I'm just going to now move on to like an actual more sophisticated GPT. So we created one which performed, I don't promote it too much because you never know if it's correct, but it's an RFO assistant. So we have this diary of an RFO guide. I've kind of wrapped that up into a GPT, and it's also familiar with regs, regulations. So I've instructed it on all the regulations. So then it is able to answer some questions. I'll throw some in there. So you could create like a general purpose GPT, actually not really related to your council, but actually related to more to your to regs in your job. So I've got a question. Someone downloaded our budgeting spreadsheet. But it doesn't have anything about how to work out your precept after you worked out on the budget. Can I check how to do that? So throw this into the GPT. So this is publicly available now. So I think if you just go into Explore GPTs and type diary of an RFO, it'll probably come up. You're welcome to play with it. There we go. So it does quite a good job answering it. I'll even put example calculations in there. So this is a more sophisticated GPT that I spent. I'm going to stop that. I spent gone into audio, but I spent a few weeks on that one. Yeah, and here's a question about come up payment powers. It suggests there. Anyway, right. I've got So I'm going to jump over to Claude. Now Claude, I'm going to attempt. I like Claude because it just generally is. It's the same as ChatGPT. It's just a different company. I generally prefer the writing style of it, and yeah, it's basically contents it's produced. What I'm going to try now is to get it to create a project. They're called projects in Claude, not GPTs, for creating agendas. So first, I'm going to tell it to analyze. I'm going to attach some agendas. This is from Full Council. This is from North Walsham Town Council. So I've got 3 Full Council agendas in there. I said, analyze these meetings. So it's a stepping stone to create my own project. Analyze these meeting agendas for Full Council meetings. Then create me a style guide, which includes templates of the format, common sections, headings, include language style. So now it's going through all those PDFs, having a look at the content, and analyzing it, which is pretty cool. I want to language style. It's doing all kinds of cool stuff. It's got like the formatting of dates, number formatting. It's kind of analyze. I mean, that would take us a while to write that. Yeah, so it's extracted the style guide from that. I'm going to say, I want to make it easy to create basic document using Claude. Project instruction. Yeah, so can you turn this into instruction? So it's actually going to create me the instruction now that I could copy and paste instruction template into a Claude project, which again is very similar to a GPT. So it's got all the instructions there. Then I'm going to say also I need councillors included. So I actually already had those in a separate list, and I'll show you how I've got those. Yeah, it's got all the formatting guidelines, etc. I'm now going to say update my GPT to include the councillors. So I'll let, yeah, so you can see I built it up. So I've originally took the original some selection of agendas. I've got it to analyze it for the style and language and formatting rules. I then told it I want to turn this into an instruction for a Claude project. So it's created my instruction there. And then I said update the instruction and include the councillors. So it's got it all in there now. So I'll go to one I made earlier, which has it all in there. I've even attached the standing orders, so you can attach knowledge that's done before. So then I will go in and get it to create. I'll just say simple one, meeting on Wednesday 5th. So it's going to produce the agenda. Template, which I could reprompt it to fill out other things. Yeah, so this took me 10 minutes to do yesterday, to go through that process I've just shown you there, to take existing content, analyze the style, create the instructions as if you were going to do it to a human, the instruction for creating an agenda, and it's producing an agenda there on the right hand side. I'm going to update it, and I'm going to say councillor attendance, who's present, and apologies, and then it will update the agenda. Present, apologies, and this is a nice bit of magic here. You guys wouldn't have noticed, but I purposely put apologies from the town where. Purposely. And you don't even ask it to do this stuff, but it's just, I haven't put instructions in there, but it's so cool. Yeah, so basically Councillor Hester has to take over, and it actually goes to the standing orders. Since Councillor Wright is absent, Councillor Hester as Deputy Mayor would chair this meeting according to Standard Order 3P. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. Right, we've got 5 more minutes. I'm going to show you something else a little bit more wild, then I'm happy to go into extra questions. I mentioned Notebook LM. So Notebook LM is an experimental project. LM stands for language model, by Google, and this it uses your own content, so you can so I'm going to take those. Yeah, so I just go just Google Notebook LM. It's free. And you can basically add loads of sources of information, and then you can ask questions off that information. So what shall I do? I'm going to take those I'll take those 3 meeting council meetings. I mean, you can add loads of files to this. I've got another one I was experimenting with where I well, let me just I'll do this one. I downloaded a whole bunch of sector documents, Localism Act, Health and Safety, JPEG guide, throw all that in there. I'll wait for that to come back there. Yeah, so this is, so I can ask, write me an exec summary. This is a bit of all the content. So you can basically ask any questions of all that content that you put in there. I'll hit that. I've just hit generate conversation. This will, so this is my exec summary, council meeting format, public participation. It's not so interesting because I haven't added so many files to it. So yes, basically you can upload any content. I don't know what will happen so you can actually generate a audio file. You can generate training guides, FAQs. Let's see what happens with the FAQs. This is on all the kind of regulations. So it's a tool that can do all kinds of things with that content. I don't know let's just see what it said.
Welcome to the deep dive. We've got a pretty hefty stack of UK legal documents here today. Data protection, equality, local governance. You've really sent us a lot. It looks like you're trying to figure out how all of these big laws actually affect, normal life. And honestly, that's kind of tricky stuff, but that's why we're here.
It's a lot to unpack, that's for sure.
We've got the Data Protection Act 2018, the Equality Act 2010, the Freedom of Information Act 2000, even the Health and Safety at Work Act from 1974.
I took our document, Diary for an RFO, which is a guide document on how to be an RFO throughout the whole year. Diary of an RFO. So I took this document, which basically is a nice document, basically on everything you need to, the basics of being an RFO, and then what's cool about it is it gives you a breakdown of what you need to be doing each quarter, Q1, Q2, Q3, all the regulations. So I took this document, and I threw it into Notebook LM, and I said,
world of an RFO that's a responsible financial officer for your local council. Imagine this. You're juggling budgets, audits, and a whole bunch of acronyms. Feels a bit like juggling chainsaws while riding a unicycle, right?
Oh, it does. Yeah.
But what if I told you there's a roadmap, a sort of financial GPS designed specifically for RFOs?
Ooh, that sounds helpful.
That's where our deep dive today comes in. We're dissecting the diary of an RFO, which breaks down the entire financial year into manageable chunks.
And trust me, having that roadmap makes all the difference. Being an RFO is about so much more than just crunching numbers. It's about proactive planning, staying organized, and ensuring every penny spent aligns with the council's goals.
It's like being the financial guardian of your community. And speaking of guardians, did you know there's this thing called the AGR?
AGR. Okay. Anyway, that's a wrap. I've showed you loads. We can do some questions, but that is mind-blowing. It's taken this document I wrote, I threw it into Notebook LM, create me a podcast. American, unfortunately, a lot of the technology is built in America first. We've got the American accents there, but it did a great job, and it filled in, it created a script all around my content I created. I was just blown away when I first heard that.